Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. My name is Rachel. Today we're going to be doing a really nice heart-opening yoga practice. So we're just going to do some awesome poses that open up the chest, open up the heart, just to let all the love in that is out there for us and to also release anything that we might be holding on to that we just need to let go. So if that sounds good to you, find a little bit of space to move. Let's get started. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So let's begin sitting in a comfy seated position. Whatever that looks like for you, you can find your way there. And then just placing your hands either on your knees or in your lap, and let's let the eyes close. Starting off today by just taking a few nice cleansing breaths. You can inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth, and slowing things down here. Scanning your body, noticing how you're feeling, if there's any tense, tight places at all today. Just notice them and just know that after class, after our practice, they're probably going to feel a whole lot better, a whole lot lighter. So if you think that you're sitting up nice and tall right now, I want to sit a little bit taller. Nice long spine. We're going to take our hands and interlace them behind us. So you can interlace your fingers and then maybe even squeeze the palms together. And instead of just letting your arms relax, see if you can lift your hands off of your low back into the air, lengthening the arms, drawing the shoulders back, and even lifting the chin if that feels good. Opening up the heart, feeling the breath. Nice, you guys. Let's take one more inhale. Squeeze those palms together. And as you exhale, start to release. Bring your hands back in front of you to your knees or your lap. And then draw the shoulders up to the ears as you inhale. Sit tall. And exhale. Roll the shoulders back and down. Let's do that again. Another slow and big shoulder roll. One more time. Nice job, you guys. Feel free to start to open up the eyes. We're going to come onto our hands and knees, so tabletop position. Spreading the fingers nice and wide. Bring your knees in so they're under your hips. As you inhale, drop the belly and start to lift your chest. Lift your heart towards the front of the room. You can keep your gaze forward, or maybe you want to look up a little bit more. Stay for another inhale. And exhale, rounding through the spine, squeeze the belly button in and draw the chin towards the collarbone. With your next inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, the chin, and exhale to round through the spine, pushing into your palms, open those shoulders. Let's do one more. Inhale, and exhale. Awesome, you guys. Come back to a nice flat back. We're going to tuck our toes underneath. Take a breath in and exhale. Lift on up into downward facing dog. So a few moments here just to warm up a little bit more. If you want to take your dog for a little walk, go for it. Bend one knee and straighten the other. If you want to be nice and still, you can be nice and still. But start to find the breath again if you let it go. And then slowly coming back to center. If you are taking that dog for a walk, let's use an inhale and look between the hands. As you exhale, walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your upper body about halfway so hands can find the shins. Nice flat back. You can bend the knees if you need it. Stay for another breath in. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, let's lift halfway. And exhale, folding back down. Plant your hands, step or walk your feet all the way back into your downward facing dog. We're going to stay for another inhale. And exhale, drop your knees all the way down to the mat. So on your hands and on your knees, we're going to reach our arms really far in front, our hands, and come for a nice puppy dog stretch. So similar to downward dog, but getting way more into the shoulders here. So you're going to drop your forehead, drop your chest towards the mat. And keep your hips nice and high. Nice job, you guys. Use an inhale. Start to lift your head and your chest back up. Walk your hands in so they're under your shoulders. We're going to tuck our toes again. Take a breath in. And exhale. Lift on up into your downward facing dog. You can bring your big toes together. Inhale your right foot up. Start to look between your hands as you exhale. Let's send that right foot forwards, dropping the back knee. You can untuck the back toes if you would like. Hands can stay on the floor or hands can come up to the knee. So we're just going to start by sinking those hips down and forward. So the more you sink them forward, the more you should feel that through the hip. But since we're opening up through the chest today, that heart, we're going to interlace the fingers, squeeze the palms together, and just open up. Lift the chin from the collarbone and breathe. Awesome, you guys. Feel so good. Settle in. Let go. Staying for another inhale. And exhale to release your hands back down to the mat. Let's find downward facing dog again. So step your feet back. Big toes can come together when you're ready. Inhale your left foot up. And exhale, send it through. Drop the back knee. You can untuck the back toes if you would like, starting by setting up that nice low lunge. So if you want to keep your hands down, please do. Find what works for you. And then interlace the fingers if you'd like. Squeeze those palms together. Open up the chest. Feel the hips, the shoulders, all good things. But most importantly, feel the breath. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale. Release your hands down. Step that front foot back into your downward facing dog. A few moments here, so keep those feet hip width apart. Maybe take the dog for a little walk. Maybe find stillness, but I want you sending those shoulders back towards your thighs. Just keep those shoulders nice and relaxed and open. Nice job, you guys. So bring your hips, your feet back through center if you were pedaling them around. Take another inhale and exhale. Let's bring our knees all the way down to the mat. All right, so we're going to stand on our knees. Bring your hands on up. The right foot is going to come forward. So we're going to find 90-90 with the legs. So not so much getting into the hips right now, but finding a nice balanced stance. Let's put it that way. So the hands are going to find the hips, maybe even the low back. So if you can bring the hands to the low back, even if your fingers can point up your back, you could give that a shot too. If they're pointing down, that's all good. So we're going to be pushing the hips forward a little bit here. So you might get into the hips that way as you push the hips forward. So as you push the hips forward, you're just going to start lifting the chest and the heart for the ceiling. So pulling the shoulders back. And again, same thing, that collarbone or the chin is coming away from the collarbone, so it's lifting up off of it. So push those hips forward and pull the shoulders back. Half camel pose. Awesome, you guys. So that left hand maybe wants to just come back down for the heel or the back of the leg, just to help you balance. But breathe wherever you are. Awesome, you guys. Let's use an inhale. Lift back up. Our hands are going to come to the floor. We're going to bring the right knee down, and we're just going to sit on the heels for a moment. So sit nice and tall. Keep that spine nice and long, and we're going to switch sides right away. So feel what you feel. Come on up, and let's bring that left foot forwards. So again, just finding a nice balanced lunge, not worrying too much about getting into the hips for this one, but the hands can find the low back when you're ready. Push the hips forward, start to lift the heart up for the ceiling. You can lift the gaze up towards the ceiling as well as you lift the chin. Pulling those shoulders back as far as feels good. And just opening up the heart and the chest. Maybe the right hand wants to come down. Maybe it doesn't. Only go as far as feels good. Nice work, you guys. Use a nice big inhale to lift yourself back up. Bringing your hands down. That left knee's going to come back down, and we're going to sit on our heels again. So sitting nice and tall. Place your hands on your lap. Let the eyes close. And let's just breathe here for a moment. Noticing how your back is feeling right now. Even the neck and the shoulders. And just keeping everything nice and soft. Nice job, you guys. So we're just going to bring our hands down to the mat. Slide your knees out a little wider. Bring your big toes together. Push the hips back for the heels. And drop the forehead down. Child's pose. Nice job, you guys. Slowly, when you're ready, start to lift on up. Slide the hands in so they come under the shoulders. Bring the knees in a little bit. Tuck your toes under. And let's find downward facing dog. So taking your dog for a little walk if you want it. And just coming back to that nice deep breath. Our big toes are going to start to come together. Inhale your right foot up. And exhale, send it through between your hands. You can keep the back knee up this time or lower it down. So the left hand's going to stay planted next to that front foot. And we're going to take a twist. So the right hand can come onto the knee and you're just going to turn to the right. If you want to reach up, you could reach up. Or maybe take that right hand and actually bring it to the low back or maybe even that left hip crease if you can, just to pull that right shoulder back and to open up that chest. Awesome, you guys. So again, keep the back knee down or maybe lift it up wherever you are. Just think about bringing that right shoulder back, twisting as well as opening up that chest. And just staying for one more breath in. And exhale, release that right hand down. Step your front foot back into your downward facing dog. Big toes can come together. Inhale your left foot up. And exhale, let's send it through. Figure out if you want to drop the back knee or keep it lifted. And then the right hand will stay planted, adding that twist when you're ready. So maybe the hand is on the knee. Maybe it's reaching up, or maybe it's coming for that low back or that right hip. Nice, you guys. Opening up that chest. Maybe lifting the knee up if you want it now, but just breathing wherever you are. Let's stay for another breath in. And exhale, release your left hand down to the mat, stepping your front foot all the way back into downward facing dog. Take a moment, let the head be heavy, the shoulders, open everything up. Feel the length of those legs and the spine, the arms. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale, bring your knees all the way down. So we're gonna cross the ankles and just have a little lay down. So you can bring your back onto the mat. We're gonna bring the feet in a little bit. So slide those heels in. Your feet are gonna be about hip width apart here. Hands are gonna come just beside you. And then with an inhale, we're gonna lift the hips up off of the mat. So just lift the hips. You can walk those shoulders in a little bit, and then maybe interlace the fingers. Bridge pose. So lifting those hips and lifting the chest as well. It's like you wanna bring the collarbone towards the chin. Even though all practice, we've been lifting the chin away from the collarbone. Now's your opportunity to bring the two together. Nice job, you guys. Let's take one more inhale. And use an exhale to slowly bring the hips back down. So we are going to go up one more time. You have the option to go into bridge where we just were, or maybe come all the way up into a full wheel. So a full wheel is when you're on your hands and your feet. Everything else is up in the air. So you might have done that when you were a kid. If you want to give it a try, feel free to do so. But if it's not for you, you don't want to give it a go today, that's completely fine. Just do bridge pose. We're finding what works best for each of us. So let's make our way back up into our second set. So either bridge or wheel. If you're coming with me for wheel, your hands are going to come beside your ears. Get my hair out of the way, and your fingers are going to be pointing towards your shoulders. So from here, you can lift the hips. You can start to lift the hips, pushing into the hands, maybe resting on the top of the head just to regroup, and then lifting all the way up into your wheel. Such a good heart opener. But again, I know it's not for everybody, so give it a shot if you want it, and just take a few breaths. Bridge pose or wheel. Awesome job, you guys. Let's stay for another inhale. And exhale. Slowly, slowly place yourself back down, your hips back down, your shoulders back down onto the mat. So feel free to keep the feet planted, or maybe hug the knees all the way into the chest. Go for a little side to side rock. Just massage the low back, bringing length back into the spine. Nice job, you guys. So stay here, or maybe bring the knees out a little wider. You can reach for your feet or your ankles for happy baby. Again, adding a little rock from side to side if you want it. And then releasing the feet if you've got them. Let's plant them on the mat. Extending your arms out to the sides. We're just going to lift the hips and slide them to the right. And then your knees can fall over to the left. Coming into our twist. When you're ready, using an inhale, bring those knees back up, plant your feet, just slide your hips over to the left, and then your knees can come onto the right side. with an inhale, bring the knees back up. And we're just going to extend the legs out nice and long, spreading your feet apart. Take your hands, bring them behind your head, and just pull the chin in towards the collarbone. Taking another breath in. And exhale as you place your head back down onto the mat, releasing your arms to either side of you, turning your palms to face up. Take a nice big breath in, big breath out. Awesome job today, you guys. Bring your hands together at heart center. Stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like until we meet again. You guys have a great day. I hope you're feeling nice and open through that heart and just a little bit lighter than you did when we started class today. But have an awesome day. I'll see you soon. Namaste.